strobes on. Get on down the road. Railway lines half scare me to death. Oh, where's he going? Let's back him up a little. Turn our radio on just in case he would want to communicate. Which I doubt he would. He's going. Where are you going, buddy? You're going over there. No, yes, no, straight ahead. Oh, yep, nope. Here comes another one. Right, we figured out traffic control. Do not stop on tracks. Roll down the window because these guys come out of nowhere. Did last time. 2 sets of tracks. Keep it in gear over the tracks. No shifting on the tracks. Gonna ease it over this way a little bit. Still nothing coming. Nope. All good. All good. Gotta get away over here. Make this right here. Still not coming. Going. Alright, should be good. Shut that side. Cut that wheel over yonder. Yeah, good. To merge. We're coming out. The journey begins. Alright, so yesterday I came down to Wichita Falls from the house, about 370 miles. I like to do that for a couple of reasons. So I can park up with the shipper and have a full day to, well, yeah, have a full 11 and 14 on my clock to be able to drive. So they opened the gates about 6:45, I guess, and rolled in there and got loaded fairly quickly. And we're on our way to Alachua, Florida, to Sandvik. These pieces are 64 feet long. They're a mast, and they go on a drilling rig, I believe, for drilling gold in gold mines. I think is what they wind up on. Got all my permits in order. These all came through on Thursday from my permit company. Texas into Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. It's Friday morning. It doesn't deliver until Monday morning, so I've got plenty of time to get there. I'm going to shoot for somewhere in Louisiana tonight. Permits weren't too much. They only wound up about 290 total. It's $22 per permit to order them from the permit company. Some of them were only $15, $20. I had a blanket already for Mississippi, so didn't need to buy that one. Dunnage, had to supply that. That was $390 odd worth of dunnage. I left three pieces there for the next driver and used 9 on the load, which is the same as last time, but they keep saying 12, so I just do what I'm told. That's reimbursed 100%. Shipper pays for that. Then about another hour and a half and we should be in good old Dallas region. Follow the route, head out on 20 into Louisiana. Well, it's a lovely day in Florida on Saturday, day 3 out on the road. Cruising across I-10 here in Florida, 212 miles to go. Like I said, don't deliver till Monday, so could go to Lake City, Florida, TA, big truck stop there and park for the night, or I'll probably just go to Mariana, about 30 miles down the road and call it quits there. Pretty smooth sailing. Took a wrong turn on the detour in Mobile, Alabama. They renamed the road since I was last there. Instead of taking Bay Bridge Road, they changed the signs to now called Africatown Boulevard. So I just had that horrible gut feeling when I drove by, like I'm sure that was the one. So I got down to the end of 165, which kind of dead ends into a intersection there, and a nice big turnaround. So got back on track fairly quickly. I think that detour is because there's a tunnel on 10. I don't know, but that's the permanent route. Got back on it. Yesterday, stuck in traffic on 635 in Dallas for 3.5 hours due to a wreck and a hazmat spill cleanup. That ate into my time, so luckily I'd requested nighttime movement on the Louisiana permit because the sun was well down by the time I got into Opelousas, and there was only about 2 parking spots left where I had intended to park, but that just kind of worked out. Not a lot of parking on that 49 South unless you're familiar with the area. But yep, that's about it for the day. Well, it's Thursday. No. Well, it's Monday. I delivered the mast to Sandvik in Alachua, Florida this morning, about 8 o'clock. Pretty quick unload. Came down 180 miles to Titusville, Florida, just north of the Lockheed Martin facility at NASA JFK Space Center. Got my bills there, got all my permits printed out and ready. Called my company for a PO number for the escorts so they can be paid when they need. I'd only organised for one escort for 14 wide in Florida because that was legally all it required. When I called the escort company, she was surprised as this customer normally goes over and above the state requirements for escorts. So I called the agent and asked him that question. He said it's whatever you're comfortable with. Even though the customer's paying for the permits and escorts, I tend to be conservative with their money too. So I was just going to run with one, but I'd be happier running with two. So called escort gal back, and she's organising a second one. I think Barry and Sam should be here. Got in touch with them. They're on their way down. One was in North Carolina. Not sure where Sam was, but we'll go about 25 miles away. Called the shipper, and he'll meet me at the Badge-in Center. I haven't been to the the NASA JFK Space Center in Florida out on Merritt Island. Haven't been there before, and this is going to New Orleans, Louisiana. So got here kind of midday, 1 o'clock, and had a burger for a change, and polished some chrome, and sitting here watching television. Yesterday was kind of the same. Only had a couple of hours to drive, and then parked up at Lake City, Florida, and chit-chatted with a couple of Mercer drivers, and had a good old time, and here we are, and that's pretty much Monday. Guess we'll just zipper it up through here.
Yeah, we'll get some kind of shoulder anyway.
Zippering it up would be taking both lanes. If you haven't got any shoulder to work with, or you got a lot of signs and mailboxes and stuff that's close to the shoulder. So I kind of tend towards maybe the right lane. Barry will be sitting kind of in the left lane, make sure nothing gets by. Just try to move it along at speed limit or a little above, just so people don't get too upset. I mean, I'd never break the law. Strictly at the speed limit or under. What was I thinking? It's a detour in Mobile, Bay Bridge Road, US 90 Bay Bridge Road.
Okay. Is there anything behind us, Barry?
Yeah, I got a few back here.
No, I guess you can let them go if they want.
Bay Bridge Road, US 90 Bay Bridge Road, and I-165 North to 65 South, back to 10. And confirm that is because of the tunnel there. Barry pops his head out in the hammer lane when there ain't
He
nothing.
probably never even had to really fill one down. You probably ain't never gonna get caught, but if you do, it's gonna be hell.
They were Eli.
Nice red.
Okay.
Of course the light will be red. Light's green.
That's good to know that too.
Just better zip it back up. That silly boy with that horse trailer again.
Be going right and get on 165.
Okay.
Two left lanes to be turning on to 65 south.
Okay.
These people drive absolutely stupid in Mobile. I mean, it's pretty bad in most cities, but they're a special kind of stupid around here.
Good to ease over.
Got it all.
Okay.
Yep, just jump out in front of a big truck. That's a good idea. Yep. They're either going 40 mile an hour or 100. Seems to be pretty common. Right lane's ending. There's zip ring 1, 2.
Right lane exit only. Okay, you clear. Come on out one.
Okay. Yeah. When you're ready, we'll just run 2-3 down here.
Yeah.
Kind of a special kind of crazy around here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Barry's from Alabama and he agrees.
Yeah, I live at the Kiwi,
One clear. One clear, Barry.
yeah, you clear. Come on out.
Okay. there they go. They're doing 55 before, now they're going to do 80.
Yeah, really.
Okay. And a little black car.
On their phone or on drugs or a bit of both. Or what the hell he is doing.
You clear for the morning?
We're on channel 19 on the radio, so you can communicate with other drivers, which is good and bad. Well, I like it that way until it gets a bit noisy on the radio. If there's base stations or other guys having a long conversation or drawn out fight about something else, not like it's my channel, or in that case run 17 or 15 or just some other channel. But that way, if guys are wanting to pass you and want to give you a heads up or work with you or tell you there's a wreck down the road or whatever, you miss out on that. Some of these pilot cars run two radios. They'll be on on one channel, and they'll have 19 running in the background on another channel, and it's kind of annoying because they wind up squealing radios, having two radios in the same vehicle, and they cross over and feedback, and that's not ideal. I'd rather they just run one radio, but that's just personal preference. And to get your pilot cars, all you got to do is look in the phone book or do an internet search for pilot cars, oversized pilot cars. You could try typing in escort girls, but you'll come up with completely different search results, and I am not responsible for those search results. And yeah, you just, I guess if...
Little black car still right here beside her, buddy.
I don't know what this trash truck's doing either. He's sworn that trash truck was indicating to get off the freeway, and then he half changed lanes and come back on.
Yeah.
Why are they gonna fight me?
Black cars on the left, and Keenan wants a race.
Come on.
Where was I? Guess if you're running your own numbers, you'd have to agree on a form of payment. I don't know if they invoice them out or pay cash or com data. Tell them where you're picking up, where you're going to, discuss the rate. Lead and chase is normally $1.50, $1.55, somewhere around there. High pole car, if you're running an over height load, they're $1.65, $1.70, and then overnight, if you stay overnight somewhere, or trip takes 2 or 3 days, then you pay them $75, $80 for a motel fee, overnight charge. And they have detention charges and no-go. If you call them and the job cancels, and they have travel in there, there'll be agreed to charges for that kind of thing. So this runs about 700 miles. So 700 times, I think these guys are $1.55 plus an overnight of 85. Say it's about $1,170 each for each car. So $2,300 for pilot cars. Permits weren't bad. I think they were only $250, $280. I had to order an extra Florida permit because they routed me on, the state routed me on a weight restricted road. It was with a bridge, a drawbridge getting out of there that it was under construction at the time, so, and I had to pay for another permit. I don't know why, but had to pay for another permit, and I just wanted the first one.
Order 1 and 2 and 3 till the end up there.
Okay, thank you.
Just to change the first 2 roads on it, and it changed the entire route. Instead of going up 75, I wound up going all the way up 95 to 10. But whatever, I don't understand why these states do some of the things they do. Last Florida scale on the way out. I asked for my permit, which was fine. I had it there, very pleasant, and
You clear out the 3.
Thank you.
now we're over here in Alabama.
Let's buzz around this one, Barry.
All right, come on.
All right, it's Wednesday. Picked up at JFK NASA facility 14 wide, and on our way to New Orleans to deliver it. We'll be in there about 3 hours. Full tarp job, running with 2 escorts on 14 feet wide. Legally, you only have to have 1, but the customer pays for the permits and escorts, and they're quite happy to have 2 to protect the load and make sure everything goes smooth and safe. So I'm a lot happier running with 2. Got Sam on the front door. He's about 1/8 of a mile, quarter mile up the road, pointing out anything that's on the shoulder or coming down the ramps or anything like that. Barry's behind me, sitting in the hammer lane, so I can see that lane is clear if I need to move for anything, and then he tucks in behind me when he's letting traffic past. I've run with Barry before, I haven't run with Sam, but these guys are pretty cool. Cool, calm and collected and helpful.
Traffic on the ramp.
Yeah, oh, come on over.
You cleared the pickup.
So we gave him a little bit of a fright.
Yeah, he's playing on his phone. I thought he was going to run up under that box.
Yeah, I saw him jerk over at the last minute there. Might zip on up here and get ahead of AMX.
Okay, no.
Anything behind us?
Nah, I got a couple of cars back here, nothing pushing.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is look for pockets of space, where you got nothing around you. You can see, a reasonable distance ahead in between trucks. Obviously, when you crowd yourself with traffic, that's when you have the most likely chance of contacting another vehicle, having an accident, damaging the load. So it's a bit of a balancing act, especially when traffic kind of gets busy. Try not to hold traffic up, otherwise they get impatient and do stupid things. Because I'm 14 wide, the average width of a lane, I guess, on the interstate is probably about 12 feet. So at any given time, I'm going to be hanging. Even if I stick to the fog line on the right, I'm going to be over. Left-hand side of the load will be on the zipper, and there'll be a couple of feet hanging over the fog line. So
come on.
Okay. How's that ramp look?
Got one more four coming around the ramp.
I don't think Swift see me. I better duck in behind.
Okay, yeah, come on.
Some of these drivers just don't look in the mirror. Won't give you any room, or they've got a curtain pulled, or playing on their phones, or all they need to do is just have a look in their mirror and maybe lean over to the right, lean over on the fog, and I can get by. But sometimes they're just not paying attention, so I'm gonna tuck in behind. I'm on a bridge at the moment, so not a good opportunity for passing. So when you run,
18 coming up.
Oh, okay.
that's the 18 I just passed, so now I'm being a pain in the rear end because Swift ahead of me doesn't want to play games. There he is, all over the zipper again. So when you're going down the road at whatever wide, 12, 13, 14, 16, 20, you're trying to have that kind of vision looking ahead of you. That's that 14 wide vision of what you need to maneuver your way around. GPS, I don't rely on it very much. Is good for having a look at the configuration of ramps coming up. If you've got coming up on clover leaves, or double entrance ramps where it might be busy, you can kind of look ahead and see what you're going to be faced with and make better decisions in advance.